Look at all these yellow creatures.
The black creatures.
The yellow creatures.
Made with unity.
Unity. And you admit that?
You say that with pride? With your whole chest, huh?
A lot of cool games have been made with Unity.
I know.
I always forget that fucking like Inside was made.
Was it
with Unity.
Cuphead made with Unity?
I think it was.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Damn, this game's fucking loud.
Yeah.
Shut up! Why are Pac-Man's eyes open?
Because he sleeps with his eyes open.
Oh, we've dug this one back out.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Sorry, I stole Dan's good joke.
God damn it.
We're
I'm so
scraping
sorry.
the barrel, but that's because the pack can't be stopped.
He's back.
The pack is back, and he smells like rot.
Oh wait, the Sonic shit's here too now.
Oh yeah, wait.
This is the wrong file.
This is the wrong file.
shit.
Wrong profile. I did buy the Sonic shit, so it should be here.
Oh shit, then, because I have not actually even played that on my own.
I haven't
on my
either.
own yet.
I haven't either. I'm very curious about it. I literally think it's just Green Hill from Sonic Generations.
But still, that's fucking cool.
No, it is cool. I think it's really cool. Shut up, Borland.
Yeah, but you can't sync your data.
That's been like that for like what the whole time we've had.
I
it.
have never been able to shut that off because that's technically not even my notification. That's somebody else's, and I can't sign into their account because they won't tell me the password. So
What if we take their account off our thing?
I don't know what would happen. I genuinely don't know.
We should try. Where would you even get to the extra shit?
The extras, I think there's. I don't know if you need to beat the main campaign first.
I guess I don't know either.
It might be worth looking up while I'm doing the other levels.
Purchase or own the Sonic Collection, which adds DLC. Locate the DLC. Go to South Pac Island area in the game.
Is that like South Island but Pac-Man version?
Yeah, I guess.
Where do you even reach that though?
Is it like, bitch, how do you...
Okay, well,
Not helpful!
Okay, well, I'm starting with the first volcano level just to play something while we're figuring this out.
Yeah.
Just to play something.
So
oh, there's a mailbox with Sonic shit.
Okay.
Does it let you do it at any point?
I don't know.
Well, you're already here. You might as well just do the level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll... How about we figure it out when we actually beat the game? We also need... I swear to God I bought it, but we might need to double check if I actually bought it or not.
What the fuck?
Because maybe I forgot to.
Did I see the... What the hell are they called?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, it is those things.
Dig Dug!
Yeah,
What the fuck?
I actually
little
just...
Dig Dug guys.
I actually designed...
fucking way!
I designed a... I love those little guys. They're like my
I love
favorite.
those guys.
the
Wait, does that mean the dinosaurs?
The Pukas.
The Pukas. They're not. The dinosaurs aren't here though, but the Pukas are.
Damn, that's cool.
You know what was funny, Dan? When we were kids, I used to always like the dinosaurs and Pukas. I
Yeah.
always felt like I was the Puka and you were the dinosaur.
Yeah,
When
that
we were
is kind
kids.
of what our dynamic was.
It was kind of funny. But I remember I actually started I'm working on a comic right now, just barely, the week one that goes into the newsletter. I actually created a character that its design is heavily inspired off of the Pukas.
Oh, the armadillo.
The
right?
armadillo, no,
Not
the
armadillo.
anteater.
Sorry.
Anteater, where like the eyes look a lot like the Puka eyes. Where It's
Yeah.
like one big shape and then the two pupils.
And it's almost goggle like that. Looked just like a plant from Plants vs Zombies.
But also it like wears like a red, like he wears like a red hoodie and stuff, and it's just supposed to like remind you of the Pukas. Yeah, so I thought it would be funny to just kind of point out the fact that the last time we played this was almost a year ago.
Yeah, it would have been
In September.
Yep.
Yeah,
We
September.
played this on Justin's 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, and so this was like last September. And what I find really funny is that since then,
Yeah.
I have come out,
yeah.
which is insane because I remember in that episode we were talking like a lot about, we were kind of hinting at a lot of stuff like about like me coming out, and we were talking a lot about like, you know, a lot of the signs that I was going to come out, I was going to come out. And so it's just really funny because in like a few clips from that series actually made its way into my coming out video.
Oh yeah, the Lolita dress story.
The Lolita dress story, and then also like when I like mentioned reverse tennis, because that was like one of the first times I ever mentioned that term.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm selling reverse tennis stickers if anybody wants them on our store. It's literally the logo that I talked about, where if you invert it, it's the trans flag.
Right.
So if anybody wants that, that is available on the store. It's like $1. I just thought, or $5 or whatever it is. It's just because I thought it was like fun
No, that's fair.
to share with everyone. But it's just super interesting to me because like so much time has passed, and it feels like that happened like yesterday. Like not yesterday, but like
I mean, it was like October, November, October.
like what, 8 months ago?
Not even.
I mean, it was in September, and it's March as of right now.
January, February. So 6 months.
Yeah, so it hasn't even been a year.
No, it hasn't been a year. It's been half a year.
Yeah, but we were just like, hey.
It's a very eventful half a year, though.
It has been a very, very eventful half a year.
Yeah, an entire war started in that time frame.
Yeah, that is true.
That is also true.
Uh-huh.
That is true.
We won't get into that, but
No.
fuck.
A war started. I'm trans. We're about to start a second D&D campaign.
Yep, I'm in therapy
Dan's
now.
in therapy now.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Which actually I think we talked about.
We talked about me possibly trying it, I
Yeah.
think. And then I officially did it.
Yeah, so he actually did it.
I did it, guys.
Justin, what has morphed in your life since then?
Let's see. I'm still technically working the same job, but I don't know. I think I've just been not too much like life-changing stuff has happened outside of like finishing. I mean, I finished some animations that weren't done yet at the time.
That's true.
And on top of that, I mostly just got more settled in the position where I was, like in terms of like just having recent, like when we recorded that, I was still pretty freshly moved out and living, with just Megan and I. And then
That's true.
because by the time that video came out, I had only been moved out for like 2 or 3 months at that point. Now that's been almost a year, and it's going very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, for me, it hasn't been too radically different. It's mostly just been
Settling in.
and I've discovered something has changed since then, which is that I've gotten a much better work ethic since then. I talked a lot about because I think the turnaround for like the animation I did for the Zany Zoolin stuff I thought was much better than in my usual.
Oh, for sure.
Than my usual stuff is.
Yeah.
and also
the pilot for Zany Zoolin.
Oh yeah, the Zany Zoolin pilot came out that too.
So
Yeah.
that was a big move for me in terms of just getting my own pipeline for working on creative stuff better. Not to mention, not to mention the how many thumbnails I've done for you guys since then.
That
is true.
That has dramatically increased as of late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I basically do one a week now.
Yeah.
with, occasionally skipping a week, but
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh my
I mean-
god, Just Barely wasn't even a thing
No.
fuck.
at that point. That started like in September, and now we're like 26 episodes into that. Or yeah, I call them episodes. Sorry, they're
Yeah.
comics, but
Yeah.
they're 26.
You're on issue
comics.
number 26.
Yeah, I'm on issue 26 of that now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I mean, it is my job, but like,
That's still something you've done weekly, so.
yeah. Oh my god, that's so crazy.
Yeah, I know. Like, I changed my editing schedule from like when
Yeah,
we
just
last
something
recorded
that will
this.
hopefully be a little healthier.
Yeah, because that was something that my therapist was really yelling at me about. It's just like,
Yeah.
Dan, no wonder your sleep schedule's shit because you're doing all this.
Yeah.
And it was just, at first I was like, fuck you.
What do you know? You don't know anything.
And now this week I'm literally meeting with her earlier because she's just like, yeah, no, I gotta take my own advice. And I'm like, yeah, that's solid.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, but you know what else has changed in the past 6 months?
What's that?
And I don't know if Justin knows this or not, or if he watched the latest episode of Mickey. We have done Cartridge Crusaders for 5 years.
That's right.
Cartridge Crusaders, the first episode of Mickey's Mouse of Hell, was released basically in January of 2021.
Yeah.
And then somehow, some fucking how, Vera decided to time it where we would redo the game again on the 5-year anniversary mark
Of Cartridge Crusaders. And the final episode of Mickey premiered on the 7-year anniversary of the channel itself.
Well,
because the channel itself started in 2019.
Right, but it was Cartridge Crusaders in 2021.
No, I understand that.
Yeah, but also like all the
But
video.
the channel itself was created in 2019.
Sure, but all right.
It's a separate thing.
Fine,
it's
but
still
like
a thing.
I'm also like not counting that because like all the videos that were originally on this channel, with the exception of like maybe 3, are privated.
But they're there.
Sure, but like
I'm just saying the channel was created in March 2019. So I
Fair.
still count that as a thing. It's not as big as the 5-year of Cartridge Crusaders.
I was gonna say because
But I am saying that it was still something of note to keep track of because it's like, oh, the fucking channel has been created for 7 years, which I think is crazy.
that is fair.
That's all.
It's been here for a while.
Yeah.
It's like, how did we get here?
But it's also funny that we have not only played this game on the anniversary of Justin's anniversary, but we are now playing this on the anniversary of Cartridge Crusaders.
God damn it. But it's probably not going to come out anywhere anytime soon.
Are you sure? What's the next miniseries? Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
So it will probably be this.
Well, as of right now, I have to edit the other half of Hitman.
That's true.
But after that, I guess it would be this, wouldn't it? No, it's Sly Cooper.
Is that the next miniseries?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Audience, you'll know for sure, but it's either this or Sly Cooper.
Yeah, fair.
So if Sly Cooper comes out next,
you'll know.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, yeah.
We play that with James and Josie. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. But
let's go.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's so fascinating to me that we keep timing this shit.
What is this we nonsense?
I mean,
you keep timing this shit. It's always you.
There is no we.
There is no we here. Yeah, like fucking a 5-year anniversary for Cartridge Crusaders. I did a fun little graphic at the end of Mickey Mouse if you haven't seen it.
A lot of the people who did watch that,
yeah,
thought it was really nice.
Yeah, I took my time to really make sure that part of the like it took me like 2 hours, 3 hours to actually edit the episode. It took me 2 full hours to do that end card bit. And that was like 15 seconds at the very minimum. And I had to dig up a song I forgot the name of.
Bread by Lucrembo?
Yeah, which phenomenal song if you haven't heard it. It was our old outro song. I had to pull out old outro assets. It was I really tried to pay homage to the originals.
No, you did a really good job with it,
Yeah.
I think, and you honestly it was a really nice little wrap up to that series, and kind of tied it all home. Also, I did buy it on my account.
You did?
Yep.
But should we?
Okay, can you download that?
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It should.
No, that's fair.
Should be.
Normally
I also downloaded that other weird one because I think you can only download it if you bought the other one.
Yeah, probably.
Oops. I should not be metal when I'm trying to do that.
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to hang out.
Guess I'll die.
Yeah, legit.
How you doing, Pac? How do you think I'll feel about dying, Pac-Man?
What?
He seems pretty happy about it.
Wow.
Try again, but without weighing,
Metric fuck ton.
without having the lead clothes.
Yeah.
Let's try this without the lead pants this time.
Thanks. Oh my god.
I also
Fuck.
something that's interesting to me that I've kind of thought a lot about was how much I thought being trans was going to affect things, because obviously I didn't know at the time kind of how things were going to shift when
That
it
is
came
true.
out. Not that I thought you guys were going to treat me different or anything like that.
No,
I'm not
you
saying
just-
that.
See, I've always been kind of confused, and forgive my ignorance on this one.
Yeah.
But I was always kind of confused by it being made such a big thing because, in my, as far as I was aware, you being non-binary, is a form of trans. So for me, whenever you're like, oh, I'm officially coming out as trans, my first thought was, wait, I thought that's what.
The goal was.
Yeah, I thought that was what I thought. My thought was, oh wait, I thought you already were. Obviously you were going from non-binary to going from they them to she they.
Right.
But so I knew that was new, but more so it was I figured being trans was not as much of a new conversation because of the fact that
I was already 1 foot in the door.
exactly because technically I figured non-binary was technically being somewhat trans.
No, it's just gender non-conforming.
Okay, that's
That's
fair.
what non-binary is.
Once again, forgive my ignorance.
No, it's all right. I mean,
being non-binary, from my understanding, is just kind of what gender are you? Yes.
actually, it's what gender are you? No.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
There's gender fluid, which the answer would be yes, but non-binary is you don't identify with the binary, so you're outside the binary, so the answer
Got
would be
it.
no.
So would gender
Okay.
fluid be more under the trans umbrella then?
Well, no, because it's a different term. So, I mean,
There are a lot of different terms.
There are a lot of terms, and I say this solely educationally for you guys, I'm not whatever, but it's just actually a lot of terms actually fall more under the non-binary category than they do the other ones, gender queer, gender fluid, non-binary, a lot, I think agender, a lot of those fall more under the non-binary umbrella because you don't follow a strict non-binary or binary, excuse me, whereas trans is just switching from one binary to the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes
Gotcha.
sense.
I
think at least that's my understanding of it.
See, my thought process was I thought that was all trans covered anything outside of assigned at birth binary.
No.
So that was my previous understanding, which is that the non-binary stuff was under the same umbrella. Pretty much anything gender related, I figured, was under the trans umbrella.
Not quite. No. I mean, again, like the non-binary sphere is its own thing. So non-binary stuff and trans stuff are they can go hand in hand, but they're mostly separate because they're different things. Because again, it's like switching to the other binary as opposed to like identifying outside of it. Or as the whole binary. It is different. But the reason why me being trans was a whole thing was because it puts more, kind of an expectation on you. Not that being non-binary didn't, but most of the time what kind of ended up happening was like, oh, you're non-binary. There really is no like blueprint for that. So a lot of people are just like, yeah, just non-binary people just kind of do their own thing, do their vibe, and you say, yep, they, them, and it's like, yep, and it's kind of whatever. And like some people get, shit because they don't like, they're like, oh, well, if you're not binary, you need to look androgynous, you need to look like none of them or both of them or whatever, but that's not complete bullshit.
Once again, I feel like non-binary / trans infighting is such a shame.
It's when LGBT people fight each other, it's a huge shame.
That's what I'm talking about. Because it's like, dude, like they're already. It's like, listen, we're all, they're all fighting for survival and trying to make things better for each other as it is. Why make it worse for everyone?
Yeah, but like no, it's mostly like cis people who have a lot of those expectations for us. But the problem with me coming out as trans wasn't so much the fact that it was going to change too much. It kind of did, I guess, but like it was more just that like that label comes with a lot of weight and a lot of expectations and a lot of like criticisms and a lot of eyes on me at that point, because like when you're trans and you're trying to identify as the gender that you feel comfortable expressing yourself as, and you don't look like that, it comes with a lot of problems. Like I personally, like I have moments where I do pass, but most of the time I don't, just because like my facial hair is really dark and thick, and so like I have a lot of problems trying to get rid of it, and so I struggle with passing a lot, and so I get hemmed a lot, and so like when you're like, oh yeah, I'm trans, like I'm trans female, like I remember I went to go set up for something at work, and the person had only talked to me through email, and so I was like, oh yeah, my email is signed like Vera, like she, they. And so when I went to go set it up, the person was like, oh, are you Vera? I was like, yeah, that's me. She goes, oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting a woman. And I was like, ow. I get it. I know I don't like totally pass, but ow, that hurt a lot. And so like, you have a lot of those problems where like even people who know that you're trans, who know you go by like she, her, she, they, or whatever, will still misgender you. And so the reason why like changing my label to trans and like finally accepting that part of myself was like it came with a lot that I had to like balance, and a lot that I had to like change and all. And like the HRT stuff is like, that's a whole nother like thing I have to like take charge of and understand and be responsible for, and like that comes with health risks, and that comes with like your body changes and your biology is morphing, and so it's like there's a lot that goes into it, and there was a lot of stuff with that I don't really feel comfortable getting into on camera right now, but it's like, so the problem wasn't necessarily me accepting that I was trans. The problem came more from like, am I ready to accept the responsibility that comes with like outwardly identifying as trans, I guess. So that's kind of the best way I can put it. Again, it comes with a lot of like stigma, it comes with a lot of stuff. It's just a whole thing. So it's like, that's kind of why I made such a big deal out of it, and why I was like hiding it for so long, even though it's pretty fucking obvious, was because like there's a lot that goes into that, and it took me a while to kind of like muster up the courage to finally like feel like I can be myself. And I'm glad I did it, obviously, but like that, it took a lot, because there's just so much expectations going into it.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a very long-winded
No, that makes perfect sense.
Speech.
I feel educated.
Yeah, well, I'm glad. I want to make sure you guys are, you understand, you're in the know. There's a lot to understand with this shit. And like, I'm super happy that I get to like be a female and identify like, and I have that non-binary part of myself. And like, my clothes have changed pretty drastically in the past like month. I went from like guy who barely tries to like mask lesbian stereotype. So like,
The butch among us.
God damn.
That's so funny.
Also, I think we just need to appreciate the name of this level is Magma Opus.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
That's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah, like fucking
Pac-Man, you
things hanging
piece
off
of
my
shit.
belt loops, fucking crystal necklace, like beanie, like like shackets or whatever the hell they are.
Shacket.
Yeah, just all this stuff.
Me and Vera have been fighting about that for like weeks.
Yeah, we've been fighting for whether a piece of my clothing identifies as a shacket or not.
I've never
Yeah.
heard the term shacket before.
Yeah, I didn't either until we went to Kohl's one day and was just like, I want to buy new clothes. And it's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Went to Kohl's and then we find one item on a shelf and it's called a shacket. And I'm like, what the fuck's a shacket?
I was like, oh, what's that? Oh, it's a large shacket.
Shacket.
I was like, what the fuck?
I love how I've never heard the term shacket, and now I've heard it like 10 times in the past 1 minute.
I know. It's like, what?
It's a funny word.
It is a funny word.
Now I'm gonna hear it. Now I'm gonna see it everywhere because it's that curse. You know, like when you learn a new word and suddenly you see it everywhere.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're gonna now see shacket everywhere.
Yep.
Because
Have
I'm
fun
pretty
next
sure-
time you go to Kohl's.
Yeah, well, because I'm pretty sure it just stands for like short jacket.
I think so.
And
Yeah.
like,
'Cause I think it's like
Shit
one of
or
those like
shit jacket.
shit jacket.
shit jacket, a shacket.
Well, because the red jacket I
Shaquille
have.
O'Neal's jacket.
I wore that red jacket for my coming out video on my channel, and so like that's the thing that we're debating, is that a
Yeah.
shacket? And
Is
like
that
it
a shacket?
probably is, but it didn't. We tried two things that day, and I'm pretty sure the other one was the shacket.
I'm pretty confident that that's the shacket, the one you're wearing, or the one that you wear constantly now.
Yeah, I honestly,
What?
I guess I don't know anymore, but
I'd have to look up the official definition of a shacket.
yeah.
The Chili's is weighing heavy on me now.
Yeah, this is post Chili's debrief.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that's changed is we started going to Chili's more often.
Yeah, it's been really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'll take pride in that contribution.
That
Yeah.
was all. Yeah, that was all.
Yeah, that was
Justin.
all Justin.
Like, we've been there before, obviously, but like Justin was like, we should go to Chili's, and we're like, yeah, we haven't been there in a while. Why not? You're like, no, we need to go.
Well, because I introduced them to the Chili's debrief.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
And how mankind's best ideas are usually settled over a trippy dippy.
And by the way, I still think this is hilarious. After the first time we went to Chili's, I came out.
Yeah.
Like, that was the night I decided I'm gonna come out.
See,
Yeah,
my
like-
point stands.
That's also where we came up with the official title for our current D&D campaign.
Yeah.
Which
It
is
is.
Land of the Rising Gun.
It's a Western mixed with a samurai.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is, which by the way, that was all me. But like, no, the point was,
I was gonna say I came up with Western aesthetic, and then you guys were just like, "What if Japan was involved?"
what if Japan was involved?
Yeah,
but I know I came up with the banger that was Land of the Rising
Yeah,
Gun.
that title's all you. I think the idea of mixing samurai with, because I think you
That part was yours.
I think that was you, Justin.
Yeah, so you came up with, so Vera came up with the name, Dan came up with the idea of doing a Western, and then I came up with the idea of like, what if it was samurais versus cowboys?
Well, it was
Yeah.
Dan's Western, then your idea to include the samurai, and then I did the name as like the cherry when we were done with the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but the applause that went across the table once you
Oh, yeah, once we threw out the name.
The three of us applauding ourselves. Like,
Yeah, but
oh
then-
yeah, so good.
Yeah, because you two applauded, and then I applauded, and then Josie and James are part of this group too. They were just like, "Whoa!"
we told them later. They weren't at the debrief.
No, they weren't at the debrief, but like when we
Yeah.
told them later, they were just like, "Fuck
They're
yes!"
like, that's such a good idea. And then I told I have a friend. When I told her, she was like, "Ooh, that's really good." And I was like, "I know."
Yeah, I'm in the. It's kind of funny because us as a D&D group, like I'm the DM, and everybody else, every other Cartridge Crusader you could think of is a player. I think with the exception,
Not all of them,
with the
but-
exception of Flynn and Chris
and Grace
and Grace.
and
But
Callie.
okay,
So like
So
half.
some
main-
Crusaders.
Yeah.
fine.
Some Crusaders.
half the
Some.
Crusaders
Yeah.
are in a D&D group. And they are some of the most, not the most chaotic players I've ever dealt with, but it makes it fun because I at least know how to predict like what kind of stuff and shenanigans to deal with.
Do you remember what we did to the final boss of the
Oh, I remember. So I had the first D&D game that we did together was I made it a simple concept, like there's a wizard, he's an asshole, deal with him. And I named him Viagris, because I named all of the I named a bunch of wizard characters after basic medicines. And I just figured, why not, who's the one that makes your life hard? Viagris.
Oh, fuck.
Nah.
Yeah. So
He fucks you in the ass.
yeah, exactly.
I'm just kidding.
And then he's been there for longer for 4 hours, so they needed to call a doctor. So basically, Justin's character, that's another thing to get into entirely. Justin's a fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin's playing as a fly.
Yeah, like a literal fly.
My character, I play as a 14-year-old barbarian with a warhammer, and I'm the only one who can understand him.
Yeah, because Justin technically speaks sign language as a fly.
Yeah.
And then Josie's playing as Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, she's playing as Poe.
Yeah.
Sir Skadoosh.
And
Sir Skadoosh.
James is playing as, like, the guy.
Yeah, the only regular guy.
Yeah.
But he's still like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, like scholar character. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh my god, you're all insane.
He's like a scholar character who was kicked out of university.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Like,
But
that's not his backstory. I don't know what his backstory is, but like, that's definitely the feel of him.
Yeah, no.
And so one of the things that Justin did was, are we talking about the chalk or?
Oh, we can talk about the chalk. We can talk about the knife.
Oh, the knife. Oh my god, the knife is a whole different story.
And then
but
how that impacted the final boss of the chapter.
yeah, so basically over the course of the story, Justin stole some chalk and then just kind of hid it away, claiming that it was going to be really important chalk at some point.
I was claiming it was going to be the Chekhov's gun of the campaign.
Yeah, Chekhov's chalk, as it were.
Yeah.
And then it's another point. I think it was James was bartering for a knife at like a bazaar stand. Yeah, he just bought a rusty razor for like a copper or something, and then just kind of put it aside and be like, "All right, I'm gonna use this knife at some point." And then then the main bad guy just happened to be in an alleyway yelling at everybody. And then that's when Justin's like, "Now's my chance." And then
And
just
it has an amazing roll. Like, was it like a sleight of hand roll or something?
yeah, and I would like to clarify. You basically had rolled a stealth roll in order to fly up his pants to be like, oh, can I steal anything? And I'm like, all right, here's what will happen, because then you rolled like a nat 20 and then you got like plus like 2 or 3 or something. I was like, all right, here's what you can do. You can either take any one thing off of his person, which he only had 3 things on his person, and 2 of them covered his dick, or the alternative was like, or you can stick something in his pockets. And then Justin took it a step further. Was like, I'm going to take this chalk that I have collected and I'm going to shove it up his ass. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make you roll sleight of hand for that. And you just rolled well. I don't remember what you rolled, but you rolled
It was
well.
a good roll.
It was like a 21 or something.
It was
I
something
think.
like that. And then I was like, all right, how you doing this? And he's just like, I shove all 4 pieces of chalk up his ass.
2.
It was 4.
It was 2.
No, it was 4.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure.
I know it was 4.
I
kept track.
know it was 2.
I kept track. I wrote it down. And then, like, the wizard was basically teleporting everybody away one by one by, like, slapping them. And James was the last to go. And no, it was James and I think it was you. He basically got into a combat where he's like, all right, I'm going to take this knife and I'm going to shove it up his ass. And I'm like, all right, roll an attack just to see if this hits. And then he did. And then he got a natural 20. And I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, so at the end of it, it ended up being like however many pieces of chalk and a knife.
Yeah. So by the end of it, the main antagonist was standing in like an audience stand because he was like holding a tournament of like power, basically.
Oh, don't forget about the fact that I took the hilt.
Oh yeah, you also broke the blade off
So the blade
in
was,
his ass.
It was stuck in his ass, but I kept the hilt.
Yeah, you did keep the hilt. I can't remember if we did anything with the hilt.
I don't think we did. I don't think we did, but it was a nice souvenir.
That is fair. Yeah,
Something to remember him by.
That's cool as fuck.
This is very different than the boss in the original game.
Yeah, no, because the boss in the original game is just the same one over again, isn't it?
Yeah, though this boss kind of sucks. Okay, it's just because it's annoyingly tough. Oh wait. Oh,
You-
I was gonna say,
I
couldn't you
forgot.
just?
I forgot.
You fool.
Oh,
This
and-
reminds me of the Crash 4 boss.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of awesome.
This is interesting.
Yeah, but that happened, and then at the end, I decided I'm like, all right, well, there has to be, because I had one player tell me at one point that I need to have consequences for all my actions. My actions and the player's actions. So the consequences for their actions was that earlier in the game, they basically fought a dragon and they just put it to sleep and then left.
Oh yeah, that.
So
whole
I
thing.
wanted there to be an actual like fight and shit, but there wasn't any. So I brought that dragon back as a thing of
like
like,
a
oh, you didn't deal with
boss.
this and now you have to deal with it.
Yeah, it's like a consequence, I guess.
Yeah, but it was combined with the main wizard Viagris so that it would be like a powerful entity that would just fuck your shit up. So as that transformation happened, the consequences of, I'm like, all right, let's tally up all the consequences.
God, that's right.
So you shoved chalk and a knife in his ass. So the consequences of the chalk was that anytime he tried to breathe fire, it would just go out because I treated the chalk like Tums.
Yeah, he coughed up chalk dust.
Exactly. So you basically got a free move that turn for him to not do anything. And then the rusty razor in his ass was infected. So every time his turn came around, he took damage.
Yeah, he basically had poison damage.
Yeah.
God, it was awesome.
I think I made it like a D8, but like you didn't need it. You guys dispensed of him. You disposed of him quickly.
Yeah.
I also love that, you know, he fuses with a dragon, but the knife and chalk comes with him. Like,
Yeah, literally. It was insane. Like, we have so many fun D&D stories, and we're gonna have so many more with this Wild West versus Japan.
This is gonna be such a crazy campaign, and I can't wait
Yeah.
to see what happens.
And I'm excited, but also because like I did put a lot of work into like building the lore for this world, but like at the same time I know that it's gonna be like minimal only for just building a character as they are, because otherwise the group that we have, we're all fucking dumb, idiot, stupid morons. We're all just gonna like.
I thought you were. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I really thought you were gonna be like the group that we have. We're all autistic. Like,
I mean, that's true, but like, I know for a fact that none of us are gonna take it as seriously. So we're all just gonna be running around just like, yeah, I'm a guy with a gun, woohoo, and then start shooting shit.
I will say that I will try to take this one seriously, just because the character I did create is a little bit more serious. Now there will be chaotic moments.
Oh yeah, as
But,
there
like,
should be.
She's not like the character that I'm playing. She's not going to be
Fuck.
as crazy as like Urza,
Right.
who is the
Your current-
14-year-old barbarian, the current character that I was talking about.
Yes.
It's not going to be as crazy as her, but she is going to have, like, if somebody is like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm gonna piss on this guy. Like, my character would probably be like, that's unsanitary and keep your dick in your pants. But like, if somebody was like, do you want to go have a shootout at the saloon? It's like, God damn, hell yeah. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
I will pick and choose my moments.
That is fair.
But,
And
like,
that's
it-
gonna make that character so much more worth it in that regard.
And it's like, I have some small surprises with my character that we talked about already.
Yes.
That I'm very, very excited about.
See, that's also
thank
something.
fuck, I gotta.
So,
Yeah.
This fight is tough.
yeah, it looks
I can
tough.
tell, yeah.
You're doing a good job.
You have to micromanage so much.
That is something I want to talk to everybody in the group about at some point, is that I want to encourage people just talking to me about like character stuff. Like if they wanted to do something weird or crazy with like backstory or like things that they want to happen in the campaign. Like I highly want to encourage that.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I feel like games turn out better when they do.
Damn, first tried that.
Nice, dude.
Good job, man.
Red Hot Justice.
Hell yeah.
Red Hot Justice.
Red Hot Justice.
Oh yeah.
He's the red one.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, D&D. Let us know in the comments, because I know at one point I built a Cartridge Crusaders D&D where basically we would travel through all of the games that we've ever played in like a crazy like mashup kind of world. And then we did a test recording of it, and then it ended just not great.
It wasn't great, yeah.
No, the lighting was off, the music was weird.
And that was also my first time ever playing D&D, like ever,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Now you've been playing for for almost 6 months.
Yeah, I'm still not great at it.
No, that's fine. No one ever truly gets great at it. And if you do, you have a problem.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So,
I mean, like, you can get into a position where you're, like, doing better.
sure.
Obviously. And, like Justin,
you can,
you've definitely progressed heavily.
Yeah.
So you're doing a good job.
It also helps to play, like, some classes that are a little easier.
That's snow.
The one benefit that I've had to having the group of players that I've had
There it is.
Nobody's played anything complicated as of yet, except for I think James maybe once, like in a very early D&D campaign where he played a blood hunter, which was a custom class from Critical Role.
Yeah, I mean, Blood Hunter already sounds like... Wait, wasn't that Callie?
Callie definitely did, but I think they both did. That's why I'm like...
I don't remember.
But I also remember Callie took to it a lot less fast than James did, because even she was running around like, what do I do? And I'm like, anything you want. And she's like, well, what do I want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
You're in a casino, like, go nuts. Like,
Yeah.
well, just to wrap up a thing real fast. Hey, guys, in the comments, if you guys want us to try doing D&D again, let us know, because I still have that Cartridge Crusaders D&D module that I built.